After learning how to pull out and take apart my engine in order to do some maintenance and upgrades, it's time to finally figure out how to put it back together so that I can finally boost it. Alright, time to try and reassemble this whole mess. I've got pretty much all the parts laid out. If you remember that cover for the intake gear where the bolts were so stuck and stripped that I had to Dremel a slot through them? Well, I got brand new ones, so that should solve that. And then I also got a new O-ring for the oil pickup tube because the old one basically non-existent at this point. So I figured I'd take care of that while I'm at it. And so I got started slowly putting this engine back together. Okay, turns out it had an O-ring in it, and I did not realize that. That's great. And so after realizing that the stuff that I pulled off the water neck was not dried RTV, but actually an O-ring that I need to now replace, I had to pack up for the night while I waited for the new O-ring to come in. All right, it is 2 days later. I got the O-ring. So let's get back to getting the timing belt on and just getting this whole front reinstalled. And finally, with the O-ring replaced and the water neck on, I could continue putting back all of the timing cover and timing belt components to finally get the front of this engine fully reassembled. So I also 3D printed this timing tool that will help lock the gears in place once I've got them aligned. So I'll leave a link for this in the description. It almost worked, slipping a little there, but I mean, not bad overall, I guess. I kind of thought that would work a little better. Yeah. All right, I think I got this all timed up. It's my first time doing this, but as far as I can tell, the little divot lines up with the arrow. Both of these marks line up, and I've counted 19 teeth between the top of this and the top of this. So I think it's timed. Having confirmed that the engine was actually in time, I could torque it all down and get started on actually installing the cover, which was finally starting to make this engine feel complete again. Oh man, this feels so good to see it back together. It has kind of sucked seeing the engine out of the car for a couple of weeks and also not being able to drive the car. But mainly that I spent a lot of that time in the beginning just disassembling parts. Every time I looked at the engine every day, something new came off it and the scope creep just kept going on. And it was getting a little scary because of course I've never done anything like this before, but from all the research I've seen and understanding how the engine is taken apart and put back together, I was pretty confident I could do it, but I hadn't actually confirmed that by doing it. So taking everything off kind of put me in a situation of, I hope I can put it back on. I think I can. And it's too late now because I've taken everything off. So being at a point that I'm finally putting things back together relatively quickly too without any issues is a huge relief. It feels like I climbed all the way to the top of the mountain, and now I'm slowly walking back, just making my way back to the bottom of the mountain, and almost there. Almost there. Final step of installing all of this is to put the valve cover on. And I actually put a new valve cover gasket on about a year ago, and a new cam cover plug, which is this plug back here. So I cleaned up all the old RTV and got it ready to put RTV back in the corners and reinstall the valve cover. What's crazy is, as I was doing this, I remember the very first time I had to remove this valve cover to replace the valve cover gasket was a pretty scary experience. I felt like I had opened up the guts of the engine, even though it's just basically the top lid. But now I've not only done it so many times that I was comfortable with it, but I'd also gone way deeper than that and truly actually opened up the engine. So it's pretty cool to take a moment and realize how far I'd come, and that I'd actually got a bit more confidence working on the car over the past couple of years. Alright, time for the oil pickup tube, and I got the little replacement O-ring as well because why not? I would bet you this is 23 years old on here. I'm not sure if that is the oh yeah. God, I mistook the old hard one for a piece of metal. I'm still not convinced it isn't a piece of metal. So, engine is pretty much all put back together. But the more I've been looking at this, the more I've been thinking, you know, some of these hoses are pretty old and actually probably 23 years old. And I was not particularly easy on them as well when I took them off. And so, you know, I did some thinking, and the next thing you know, I bought a bunch of water hoses. So I'm gonna replace every single water hose on here that is probably like 23 years old, has been running hot water through it that entire time, and it's probably just a matter of time before one of them cracks and leaves me stranded. This car did come with new radiator hoses that the previous owner had installed, so I basically got new heater hoses, new heater core hoses, which is this, and then another one that would be here, that go to the heater core, and then there's 4 auxiliary small ones. So I bought all these from Track Dog Racing, and gonna put them on now. So this should give me a lot more peace of mind and help just refresh the whole engine. But what I hadn't really thought through is the difficulty of getting a lot of these really old water hoses off. And while I slowly was getting the hang of it, I was starting to really rethink this idea to do some preventative maintenance while I was in there. I just gave myself a lot more work when I thought I was already finally done. And so as I powered through, I had to constantly remind myself, this is the right thing to do. Take care of all this maintenance before it becomes a much bigger problem in the future. I mean, I might as well while I'm in there. That was kind of annoying. But at least I don't have to worry about an old water line stranding me anywhere. Cool. And with that, the engine is finally back in one piece. Kind of crazy to see, but it's a pretty cool experience to take on a task like that I had no clue if I was even capable of. Like basically taking the engine down to the block. I got to a point where I was looking at both the top and the bottom of the piston, and I'd never actually done that before, so it's kind of wild to see it back in one piece. And I'm gonna do one more upgrade actually before I put it on. And that's to replace this rusty old header with a brand new aftermarket shiny one from Goodwin Racing. with the brand new header on, I couldn't help but look at the rest of the engine bay and think, man, I might as well upgrade the radiator too. And to make this car as bulletproof as possible with all the power I'm going to put through it, I chose to get the best one I could find, an aluminum cross-flow radiator from Super Miata. And finally, my last upgrade to take care of while the engine was still out was to replace the soft rubber motor mounts that break pretty easily with slightly firmer poly mounts that also hold in place better. These are the Innovative Mounts 60A that I chose. And so, after a few months of planning and deciding to take on a challenge of not only doing something that I hadn't done before, but that too on such a scale as this, pulling out the entire engine, learning how to disassemble it and then reassemble it, while also taking care of maintenance and upgrades along the way, was finally coming to an end, and the engine was finally finished and ready to put back in the car. So it's truly not a situation that I thought I would ever be in, both at a point where I'm capable of doing this work and that too where I actually did it. So I was feeling really good, and I'm finally after months of work ready to reinstall this back into the car. And I'm sure after all of this work, that should be the easy part, right? Well, you should subscribe to follow along because it ended up becoming a much bigger headache than I could have ever imagined.
Oh my god.
In the meantime, thanks for following along, and I hope this inspires you to try and take on something that you've never done before, because you might actually be surprised that you're capable of a lot more than you think. It's just that we usually haven't tried everything out there yet. And that was the case with this project. I really never believed that I'd be capable of this 2 years ago when I bought this car, and even a few months ago when I started this project. So it's been pretty eye-opening and pretty fulfilling. So subscribe if you want to follow along, because I have a lot more coming, and I'll see you in the next one.